Welcome back to Radical Music Reviews. I'm Jeff. Today, a very interesting guitarist. Played with a lot of people, played with some important people, and is a very important guitarist himself, although he is overshadowed by two other great guitarists. I'm talking today about Jeff Beck. Now, I don't want to reinvent the wheel for those of you who are old enough to know Jeff Beck or listen to his music. But the Yardbirds in the mid to late 60s had three premier guitarists go through their lineup. Started with Eric Clapton, he left. Jeff Beck, he left. Jimmy Page. Now, of course, Clapton went on to a lot of solo projects. Jimmy Page, of course, went on to Led Zeppelin. But of all three of those guitarists, Jeff Beck is probably the one that is underappreciated, and it's just a shame because he's done some really great work. Jeff Beck, similar to Eric Clapton, was a deep rooted in the blues. Great blues guitarist, great rock guitarist. Now, for me, the importance of Clapton outweighs the importance of Beck, and that's probably because Beck's catalog isn't as large or as varied as Clapton. All three, Clapton, Beck, and Page, were all steeped in the blues and did some amazing stuff. Of course, Jimmy Page was Zeppelin. I mean, that's obvious. But Jeff Beck's early stuff, when he left the Yardbirds, he collaborated with some great people. This one here, Jeff Beck, Bakoba. I think it came out in '68. And Rod Stewart on vocals, Ron Wood on guitar as well. And this is a fantastic album. If you're going to listen to Jeff Beck's music and you want a great rock blues experience, then I would start with Bakoba. This is a fantastic one. Now, Led Zeppelin's song "You Shook Me" is on here, but this version was done before Led Zeppelin. Now, of course, the Led Zeppelin version took off, but this one is really cool. And if you want an alternate version of that song, this is fantastic. Arguably better than Led Zeppelin. This is a great album in terms of Ronnie Wood's playing and Rod Stewart's vocals. One of the greatest vocalists of all time. His voice was fantastic back then and did really great stuff. So this is a great album. He did a couple other ones. Blow by Blow is another great album. There's some great tracks on here. He did one with Carmine Appice and Tim Bogert. These three guys, when they left their bands, they got together, kind of became a super group. There's a lot of anticipation for this album, kind of like Cream, when Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce, and Clapton got together. Everybody was excited, and for good reason. They were fantastic. This album kind of failed a little bit. It's got some decent stuff on it, but it certainly doesn't harken back to the old stuff that Jeff Beck did. The other album I have is Jeff Beck Wired. Now, this is an interesting one because he collaborated with Jan Hammer. Now, who is Jan Hammer? Jan Hammer did the opening to Miami Vice, the TV show Miami Vice in the 80s. He did that. So the term wired is kind of a prelude to what's to come on this album, which is a lot of electronics. But a great fusion of electric music and electric guitar. Jeff Beck, very important guitarist. Just as important as Clapton, just as important as Page. If you like old blues and you like some really great guitar, I would investigate these albums. They are fantastic. Yeah, what more can I say? Unfortunately, he flew under the radar for a lot of years and still does. A lot of people don't, his name doesn't come up when you talk about some of the great guitarists, but it should, because he was fantastic. So, Jeff Beck, check it out, man. All right, until next time, thanks for watching.